The first officer to interact with Takaya Young approaches her car under the suspicion that she stole liquor from Kroger.
Hey, stop. Hey, out of the car. Out of the car.
By the time the second officer gets to the car and walks in front of it, the first officer had asked Young to get out 5 times. He keeps asking. Young argues. You can hear the exchange on that officer's body-worn camera.
Out of the car. Out of the car. They said you stole stuff, do not leave. Get out of the car. Then get out. No, then get out. Get out of the car.
Young begins to drive. In this freeze frame, you can see the car make contact with the officer standing at the front of the car as his feet leave the ground. That is when that officer fires 1 shot through the windshield. We've paused the video to not show that deadly shot. When we pick up the video a moment later, you can hear the commands continue. The car rolls through the parking lot, stopping under the awning by the store. The video ends with officers busting the driver's side window to get Young out of the car. Now, while Young argues with one of the officers, she denies, as you heard, stealing anything from Kroger. And I just want to walk you back to what she said. She said, quote, "Are you going to shoot me?" Those are the last words you heard from Takaya Young. Also, you may have noticed Blendon Township Police did not identify either of the officers, even blurred their faces. Chief John Belford said that is because of Marcy's Law, is what he alluded to, claiming the 2 officers are crime victims, and the chief believes their identities are protected by state law. Now, one question I did have about that confrontation is why the officer placed himself in front of the car, which was running, and whether that was an appropriate tactic. I took that question to a use of force expert who is not connected to this case, and we'll hear his perspective at 5:30.
All right, Jamie, thank you. Now, the family identified the officer involved as Connor Grubb, and it's a photo of Officer Grubb from the department's Facebook page. Grubb has been on the force since 2019.
I would love to sit up here and say, like, we can reform the system, but we've been making the reforms after every single death, and nothing is changing. We say more training. You know, we fund these police stations, and we go, yeah, more training is the right answer. Training is not the answer in this case. That officer was trained correctly and still messed up. There has to be accountability on that police officer and on the police station itself.